Hello everyone. I think this is a good time to review last year's silver performance and talk about price projections for 2023. All in all, silver had a great year in relative terms, when compared to other major asset classes. It is slightly up for the year, despite the brief dip in the middle, which was nothing more than an opportunity to add on a pullback. You can see year-end silver-related headlines like, "This quarter it is up $5, or 25%, largest one-quarter percentage gain since the third quarter of 2020. This month it is up $2, or 10%, and so forth," all of which is true. 2022 was an interesting year for sure. I think July through September dip in prices really gave us an opportunity to add to the stack. I hope most of you had a chance to do so. I usually buy on a schedule, but in times like that, I try to double the pace, or do as much buying as possible. It gave me an opening to fill my mini monster box of silver Britannias, and I am glad I took advantage of it. But buying gold or silver is not just about trying to time the dip, it's about establishing an alternative savings account that provides unique insurance in case of a major systemic crisis. For some of you who didn't have a chance to capitalize on summer price action, not everything is lost. I believe we will see another dip soon. Gold, and especially silver, went up too fast and probably are due for a short pullback. In any case, it is all about consistency, just like savings. Putting something away regularly is better than trying to catch a bottom, which would be nice, don't get me wrong. Last few years demonstrated how fragile our economic system is, and ignoring the dangers is not the best way to do personal finance planning. So how can silver prices perform in a year ahead? Let's take a look at some basic charts, some fundamental data, and speculate on inflation, US dollar, and other macroeconomic trends. Firstly, let's take a quick look at the basic chart of silver prices for the last couple of decades. As you can see, we can draw a straight line that outlines a general historical trend of silver prices. Prices fluctuate above and below, but the direction, in general, is pointing up. The green line, now red and blue lines, form what is called a triangle, or wedge. It is usually a continuation pattern, which by itself is neutral, but paired with long-term green line trend, the chances are we'll see a move to the upside once this wedge is breached. Is it a certainty? It is not, no one can be sure. Technical analysis is just a probability distribution based on past performance. It is up to us individually to decide how we interpret the data and invest accordingly. For me, based on a long-term trend, the decision is simple. Add on a schedule. This is not financial advice for anyone, this is just my personal opinion. Now to some fundamental data. Fundamental data usually operates in the supply and demand domain, attempting to predict the movement of prices based on market conditions. Silver Institute just confirmed its 2022 forecast. It appears that the deficit of physical silver for the year is still on track to be a multi-year record. Biggest increase in demand came from India, where consumption in jewelry and investment soared. Given the flat supply, we might see a persistent deficit of physical silver for 2023, especially if we see an increase in demand from the industrial sector, which should balance out any changes in the investment and jewelry segment going forward. Big caveat is the worldwide recession. That can put pressure on the industrial demand, but so far, with China reopening and infrastructure stimulus from Washington, prospects for demand look robust. Lack of sufficient supply is also confirmed by consistent outflow of physical silver from COMEX vaults in 2022. Silver registered ratio fell to a lowest value in 22 years. Stars are aligned for a bull run in silver, if basic laws of supply and demand and official stats are to be trusted. Another factor that we should consider in 2023 is the US dollar and inflation. I think it is a consensus at this point that inflation is not going anywhere near 2% for the next couple of years and maybe beyond. Inflation expectation alone should keep silver prices up, just as any other commodity. I think the general market does not fully understand the implications of higher inflation. Well, more opportunities for those of us who do. Last piece of the puzzle is the US dollar. Gold and silver prices were artificially suppressed by the strong dollar. As the dollar came down, we saw a major reprice in gold and silver. Should the US dollar see sub 100 on DXY, gold will be at an all-time high and silver closer to $30 per ounce. So here are my predictions for the year ahead. Let me know in the comments if you think 2023 will be a great year for silver. Please subscribe if you find this content useful. Thank you for watching, best wishes in 2023, until next time.